Well, happy Sunday. It's the 15th of May. We're going to go back and watch a video from the 25th to 6th of April, whatever. That's where we're at. So we're going to get into part two of this hoist installation, this Atlas SLPK 9,000 pound hoist. And we'll show you what we got to fix and the things that are wrong with it and how much we're going to bork it. So welcome to the Rick Bork channel, where the beer's always cold, language fucking sucks, my shit's always broken, your opinion doesn't matter. Borkfest 2022 is July 29th and 30th, so come on over and have a beer and have a good time. We'll have music. You gotta let me know by the end of May whether you're coming or not, because we got to make reservations and plans and all other shit for people. So let's do it. Well, your battery's dead. Hold on. Don't look at the mess back there. Fuck's sake. Good Tuesday morning. 26th? Yep, 26th. Chores are done. I hauled some hay. I was gonna go I was fucking running on gunning this morning. And then I was gonna go to the parts store right away, and then I realized they were closed yet. So I went and hauled hay and did other shit. Got some firewood. Got the wood stove fucking stoked up, and away we go. It's colder than a bitch out there today. So we need to go get some hydraulic hoses fixed or made. Depends on what they suggest. I just let them take the lead on that shit. Light. So there's the 3 hoses on the hydraulic unit itself right there, and they correspond with those 3 that are cut off there. So we're going to remove them from each one. They're labeled on each end, A, B, and C. We'll zip tie them together, take them to town, and either get new ones made or get them replaced, or get them fixed, I should say. So you gotta dive down in here a little bit. That's probably the most invasive. Well, I also have to, while we're in town, these 3/4. Probably pop these off here. Yeah, 3/4 ish. 3/4 ish. We call it a 9/18. No, it's 3/4. 3/4. Yeah. And then we gotta get some other materials yet, so we'll take those off there. Why they decided they had to cut the lines, I don't know. Made it cheaper for me. Here, I'm gonna put you here. You might not be able to see real great, but well, fuck it, whatever. So there's this little cover here, and it's got a little bit of stuff going on. I don't know why they have this routed the wrong way, but so I'm going to take some pictures here. I think I'm going to use you as a vidya. Give me vidya reference here, because we're going to need that for later. So this way I can watch this back, and that line there. So in here, because some of these labels might be deteriorated to the point where I can't see where they go, so we'll videotape it. And we'll go from there. So I'll put you up here. Put you there. See, this way Feather can pull up the vidya, watch your back. So I'm doing this for you just as much as I am for me today. Haha, you're welcome, or I'm welcome, or something. I don't know. Just got the fucking hydraulic lines off. Oh well. They're not that expensive to get repaired, but It would have been nicer if it took 5 fucking minutes to cut the, instead of cutting the damn things, but. Frustration sometimes. So that is A. That first one is A. Perfect. So the one on the far left is A. Okay? Got that? You keep track of that shit for me. I'm counting on you. Oh. This one is C. So the middle one is C. I would leave this remainder to be B. Come on. Let me get this fucking wrench in there. That one's A. That one's B. That one's C. So the other things we're going to need is there is air lines that go to the hoist. I'm going to try to pull this one out down here. So there's a four hydraulic cylinder system. One cylinder has the return line that's like this, so I'm assuming it's not under pressure. It's just just weeps by. And then there's the air line that goes to the airlock release. So we're gonna have to splice those. Well, that's not even true. That thing's fucking solid. I have to say, this is one of the most fucking built hoists that I've seen. I've put in several drive-ons, several two-posts, fixed and repaired a lot of them. This thing there's some meat to this fucker. So, I know Luke Strasser was a little bit, he's like, what? You want to use one of those? And I was like, hey, fucking, for the money, I'll try it. But this thing is fucking built, man. There ain't no fucking shortage of... They didn't skimp on anything here. Between the pin locks, the beams just being heavy. I mean, that's some material there. Base plate, full base plate on these things. They do have polymer slides down there, which I don't blame them for that. Plus, they'll be easier to make. And so versus rollers that are prone to seize up, they have a polymer slide in that track down there, which might be a little bit... I think you'd have to overextend the mechanism down here to be able to get it out. So you'd pull those pins. You pull these pins here, And then you'd slide that down, take the base plate off, and put the new pucks on there. Not a huge deal. They don't have any significant wear on them. You can see the grease that's been in the tracks. They've kept it greased and all that stuff, so that's awesome. You notice I put the jack stands in there to hold them up. They had the airlocks. They had to put a piece of cardboard in between the airlocks, so that way they weren't latching and holding the thing in the air. So whatever works. I get it. They had to collapse the bastards down. Plus I got to pick up some concrete anchors. I thought I had some, but I only got 3/8. I don't have 1/2 inch. So we're going to get 1/2 inch concrete anchors, which is what's recommended. We're going to need 8 of those. So we're going to need some airline splices. I need a momentary switch for the power on that. We're going to get rid of all the fucking, it's probably going to be a couple video series here, but we're going to get rid of all this garbage. You don't need none of that fucking crap. Fuck it. We got a 3 horsepower single phase 220 motor. I don't need anything else. I can make this sumbitch work without all this other garbage on here. The only thing I don't know about is these 2 fucking wires here. I know about all this other stuff, and this is your power cord. So I'm gonna need a plug-in too. I have an outlet that's gonna have to get wired in over here somewhere. So a little rework coming from over there, but that's your wire. As long as that fucker will run without this needing to do something. Otherwise I'll have to do a little homework on what the hell these are actually doing here, but there was the wiring diagram is there, but I'm not fucking here to fix this shit. There's no reason for all this garbage. Safety feature, schmeature. You can call it what you want. Every hoist I've ever worked on in any fucking facility that I've worked on in or been into has never been overly fucking redundant and stupid like that. This thing has vertical height sensors in it, so it senses how high the thing is. Gives you warning when it's about to top out. Well, you'll know when this bitch is about to top out because you could put a car through the ceiling in this motherfucker. It goes to 78 inches. So this goes from 4.5 inches high to 78 inches tall up here. I mean, fuck. You're never going to lift anything that high without sticking it in the fucking ceiling. And that's okay. Because on like my Super Duty, I can still get to a comfortable work height for brakes and rotate tires and change oil and stuff, sitting on a stool. It'll all work out. So I'm going to cut some samples off on the hoses so I can make sure I get the right fittings. We'll head off to town. We'll get what we need and I'll bring it back. All right. Well, the day really got away from me as far as making video goes. I went to town, got all the stuff we needed, and then I pretty much left you in here for the day and really didn't do anything. I'm kidding. I went and did a bunch of fencing, firewood, all kinds of shit outside, and I left you in here and said, fuck it. But I get more done that way, honestly, and nobody wants to see me fencing right now. You're going to see me fencing a lot. Let's just be clear. You're going to see me fencing a lot. I said right now. Okay? So, we got our 3 hydraulic hoses fixed. Fucking mint. We got our 220 volt plug-in, fucking mint. We got concrete anchors per manual. We got screws that'll hold down those cover plates, fucking mint. We got a couple of mason bits because I looked around. I thought I had some. I don't. Fuck it. Just get a couple. $15, whatever. Airline for the airlock release for the safety locks. So we got airline to do that. And then we got our super expensive fucking return line for the hydraulics that it fucking has for this garbage that they cut off. So there's that. We got, we're going to rob the fucking switch off that old bitch over there because I'm a cheap ass. And the ones that I found at the hardware store I didn't like, and I don't want to wait to order one online. So we'll use that one. And then when we get to doing something with that, we'll order a switch for it. Fuck it. Whatever. We're robbing Peter to pay Paul, or robbing Paul to pay Peter. Fuck, I don't know. What do you want to call it? Shit! I'm gonna need another beer. Katie's making fucking spaghetti for supper. I had the best lunch too. Son of a bitch. God, I'm gonna get fat. I need I'll go with a Budweiser. Been into the fucking heavy ABV, the heavy dark beers. Just a couple today. They were good. They were fucking good. All right. I don't have any parts to work on any customers' vehicles, so I was like, fuck it. I can drink beer today. So yeah, let's get to fixing on this thing, shall we? And then we're gonna kind of lock everything in close enough to get it all hooked up and make sure we can make it work. And then we'll figure out where it's gonna go on the floor and fucking holes and all that other bullshit. So it's gonna be a few videos. So you're gonna have to hold on to your britches, bitches, because here we go. Okay, so I took and hooked the hoses up to that side that corresponded with the left side. So I call that the left side, that the right side. Get with it, get with the program, whatever. So a couple of things here. They cut the air lines. So again, we got new air lines up there. They cut that return line, overflow line, whatever the fuck you want to call it for that hydraulic cylinder. And then they cut these cords that go to these height sensors. So they put fucking height sensors in one side, not the other. But they still need to correspond. When I was reading the manual, what the fuck is that all about? Why would you put two in one side? Unless the installer didn't do it correctly, because that was supposed to be for load equalization. If you put them both in the same side of that motherfucker, unless the scissor mechanism comes apart, doesn't matter. I'm pretty sure, and that's why there was a big fucking wad of wire. I'm pretty sure it was supposed to run to the other side. So I don't know who did the installation on that. That wad of wire down there was supposed to be used to run the fucker to the other side and wire it in, so that way the fucking sensors read for both ramps and had to correspond. All that shit's going away. And then I got into this fucking, when I was reading the manual about it, and they had this fucking proportioning valve, which I was like, okay, fine, whatever they call it. It was some kind of proportioning valve. Automatic, fuck, whatever. It's fucking, look at this. It's shut-off valves. That's it. That's all it is. That's your proportioning system, is a couple of shut-off valves to fucking regulate the flow, to restrict one more than the other, so that way they equal out. Fuck's sake. It makes it way easier for me, because that's what I would have done. Threw a couple of high pressure fucking valves in it, and we're good to go. So the fact that that's like that, perfect. So this is your emergency pump handle. So if you lose power, you can actually pump hydraulic oil with that motherfucker. It would take you for goddamn ever to lift that bitch off the locks, but whatever. And then this, so there would have been a magnetic or a solenoid that goes over that motherfucker, and it pulls that son bitch, lets her go. I gotta look at the diagram, because I'm pretty sure what's gonna happen is we're gonna pull that fucker out of there. We're gonna take that manual release valve, as long as it's the same shit going on. We're gonna shove that bitch in there, so that way we have a manual fucking release, and we'll probably have to build a different lever for it, but that's fine. So we're fixing to get those hoses hooked up, and then I really want to get the hoses hooked up to the correct spots, to the correct fittings down here. Get the outlet on there and just buzz it. See if we can pulse the motor. We'll call her a night. We'll get her done tomorrow. Where's my beer? Haha, it's over here. Pipeworks Easy Keepers. It's pretty damn good beer, I gotta say. I'll clean it up tomorrow, I swear to God. So, lines ran from that ramp up to the pump, the pump actually, of course, is labeled for the lines, and then the lines are each individually labeled at every joint, so I got to give them super props for that. So that's awesome. I took and wired our plug on, and then I had to interrupt the circuit so it's not like when you plug it in, the bastard's running. So we took the switch off that one over there. We interrupted the circuit with this push button there, and if it works, we'll finagle fucking on there, but we gotta go back here and get the extension cord because, you know, we're organized and shit. Good Lord, Rick. You know, if I should have just left my fucking 70% of my tools at the fucking shop or taken them to the pawn shop or some goddamn thing. Or maybe I should just put them in the service truck. That'd probably be a good idea, huh? Just get the service truck going, Rick, would you? Would you get it equipped with tools and ready to go and shit? No. So I gotta ship that bastard off because I haven't yet. I got it back here. Fucker quit working on me again. I'm about half tempted to fucking just throw it away, but it's still under warranty, so whatever. I need that. Where is the outlet? There it is. Come here. We need lots. Lots. Here, you go over here. Sit there. Watch. I'll be there in a minute. I swear to God. We're gonna need at least like 5 coils. Maybe more. Okay. Perfect. Fucking mint. Were you paying attention there or no? Okay. Yeah, that'll work. You can sit there. So that's our 220. This is our 220 plug. So when we plug it in, nothing should happen. Now, oh, come on. What the hell is the problem there? Be a pin in the back that's a little funky, but it lined up now. These are my variables that I don't know what the fuck these are. So if I hit this button and it doesn't work, I'm not super surprised because I gotta figure out what the fuck those 2 white wires are for. If I hit the button and it fucking works, it's gonna be fucking amazing. I'm gonna tell you right now, it's gonna be fucking amazing. Ready? So it spun for a second, but what happened? All right, so I'll say it was a whole bunch of time in explaining the fiasco that ensued for the next few hours and into the next day. I had some electrical issues. So what happened was, you've seen me flustering or fumbling with that plug. When I plugged this in initially, it actually pushed one of the pins, the connector halves, apart in the back of this connector from this cord. We have this heavy extension cord because I haven't had time to run a outlet yet, but never mind. So we had about, I don't know, a few hours of fucking around with trying to measure voltage, because every time I put voltmeter in there, she read 220, and I thought for sure this thing was fried. Well, it turns out that obviously it's not, but... So we had some electrical issues, and then at that point, after 3-4 hours of fighting with that and trying to figure out what the hell was going on, I Got power there. I realized what was wrong with the cord. Got all the power up to the motor and all that junk. And it still didn't work. And after that much frustration, I just didn't feel like being on the camera there for a hot minute, because feller just felt like throwing it across the shop. And we got into hooking up another motor and fucking, yeah, it was a fiasco. I'll put some of it over on the member side because it got into a bunch of fucking garbage, but we're gonna skip ahead here, try to get caught up and save you the bullshit that doesn't matter. So once we did get the electrical problems fixed, I was able to utilize the momentary switch from the pump that was on that old Hoist. We took it off there. That's going to get built into a press here shortly because I need it this week. We used one of the old mini shop bottles as our spacer, so that way, because otherwise the switch sat too far into our capacitor box. There's two capacitors. There's a start capacitor and a run capacitor. If you're not familiar with all that stuff, maybe we'll get into it another time. I'm sure we'll have other electrical projects going on. So once I conquered all of that, we did get the motor to run. And obviously that was our biggest hurdle. I got the controls out here, and we can show you all the controls and stuff out here. Go through all this real quick for you. So this was the control panel that Hoist came with. You would have had an alarm. There would have been an up button, a down button, a lock release button, and then you would have had a main power switch on this side. That would have been your master override. You would have had an internal circuit breaker outside of the circuit breaker that would be in your service panel. And then you would have had your contactor, which was bad. I verified that the contactor was bad. You have a transformer here that's going down to your circuits and running your circuit board, and which corresponds back to your contactor. These are going to fire from your contactor. And then you have your ride height sensors. You got a reset button over there, and electronic solenoids, all that garbage. I'm not into that complicated, overly redundant, doesn't do anything for your physical safety. It just makes the equipment that much harder to operate. All of the safety mechanisms are in place, and we'll explain that later when we get into that far in the video. But I just wanted to save about fucking another 3 videos of me fucking around with trying to figure this thing out, because for about 2 hours I had the camera set up over there and couldn't figure out what the fuck was going on. And with that battery booster on there, it records the whole time. So there is that. So that's where we're going to leave this one. We got it working. All you need on a 220 volt hydraulic motor like that, or 220 volt single phase motor, is a momentary contact switch. That's it. That's all you need. In this case, we got the ground hooked up. We got one pole of 220 or 120 hooked directly, and one pole on a momentary switch. You can do a 2-pole momentary switch, so you're interrupting both sides of the 220, 240, whatever you want to call it. But in this case, I wired it so we were only interrupting one side. So there you go. If you guys like what I'm doing, throw me a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't, ring the bell, get my notifications. Memberships are down there if you want one. I do certainly appreciate it, and it does certainly really help us out on the channel. You guys are the reason that I'm able to do these things. And I hope I can be informative, give you information. If you got questions, let me know. I'll try to explain it to you. And we'll get into it again on the next video. See you guys again next time.